It's the time for package from China. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's time for the Powkiddy RGB20. Yes guys, so there is a new handheld in town. No surprise, do you think so? So we're starting the year off with the Powkiddy, my favorite brand, the RGB20. What are we going to get? It's more like this Frankstein lookalike handheld. At first, I must say, when I was seeing this device on my fellow YouTubers' video, thinking, what the hell is this? But having this in my hand, I'm very surprised in many ways. So what you're going to get inside the box, let's see, we're going to dig through the box itself. I wanted to see the toilet paper manual. We're just going to get a Type-C cable. Yep, Type-C cable. And, oh my god, oh why? Oh man, look at this. That is not even an... Yep, one for the collection. Nevertheless, let's take a close look at the handheld itself. Well, let's take a close look at the layout itself. As you can see over here, we're having the D-pad and also an analog stick. We're having the A, B, X, Y. What I find very interesting is that we're having a separate L3 and R3 button and some buttons like volume control. But nevertheless, that's not really interesting. It's like start and the joystick. But the question remains, how does it all feel? So let's start about the D-pad with me and my Wicked D-pad fetish. So the D-pad feels quite nice. It's not a really long travel. And the click feels very nice, so we're going to take a close look at it later. How does it feel and how does it play? The analog stick also includes a click, but nevertheless, of course, it's going to be more like similar to the Nintendo Switch. I like it. So the buttons itself here at the right side are very tiny, but they feel very nice. The form factor of this device, I must say, I have mixed feelings about it. It's slightly better now, but when you're looking at it, thinking, who came up with this idea? At the back, I think here we're going to get the most interesting part, the way how they added the extra buttons. We're not going to say they are shoulder buttons, because basically they are not shoulder buttons on the machine. So what you're going to get are 4 buttons over here, and it's just in a great and genius way, because first of all we needed all the buttons, like 8 in total for playing all the games, but also how they added it. As you can see, that they're having more like a different height, and when you put your fingers in, it feels quite nice, but holding it in your hand, it's still a very weird way to play. Normally you're just used to having the shoulder buttons over here, but they are just on the console itself. Another thing that is very convenient is that you can just lay your fingers in and make it a way better and, say, comfortable experience. So I must say, I think it will not be the best comfortable handheld to play with, but it is not bad at all. So at the top we're having the CF input, then we're having the headphone out jack. And this is purely for headphones. So far I know it is not for TV out. We're having 2 connections for USB, and we're having here an extra Wi-Fi button. Also something I don't see very often on handhelds. And at this side we're going to find the on and off switch and a reset button. Yeah, you need it sometimes. Okay, so it's time for the ETA Prime moment. The brand itself is the Powkiddy and the model number is RGB20. Already mentioned it before. The CPU is a Rockchip 3326 and quad-core 1.5 GHz with a CPU that is a Mali G31. The memory is 1GB DDR3, display 3.5-inch IPS with a resolution of 480x320, Wi-Fi capabilities, you can turn it on and off, 3000 mAh battery that gives us plus minus around 6 hours of game time. In this list I didn't put the internal storage, but they are delivering this device with a 32GB internal storage, more like an SCF card. Take consideration, so far I know you can only upgrade it to 120GB like the factory gives in the specifications. Let me know if it can be a bigger one. But okay, so let's talk about the handheld itself. The display itself is beautiful, so I can say we're going now in the next generation of handhelds that we're going to pay quite some more money for it, but we're going to get some beautiful displays. Okay, so when you take a close look at it, okay, the D-pad, man, already find it very interesting. What I do like about this kind of software, this is more like the comic look, if I'm saying it correctly, and with this new AMOLED in combination with the hardware that we're going to get in the handhelds, we're having so much stuff we can play. The really old school stuff, but also up to, let's say Dreamcast PSP. Take in consideration that this chipset is not powerful enough to run PSP perfectly, so that is something that you need to take consideration, and we just need to have some more juice when it comes to these later systems. But okay, so let's try some games. Let's see how they are running. Oh yeah, this is going to be a classic game. Donatello! I played this game so much on my original Game Boy back in the day. But when it comes to the 8-bit stuff and all stuff, it runs all fine. We finally reached the point that we're having some good handhelds that run all the old stuff fine. Oh, don't get me wrong, because there are still a lot of shitty stuff from China that is just so horrible that you don't want to play with, but there was a secret over there. It was somewhere a secret, I don't know where it was. Look at him. He is welcoming me. Yes? You want to have a slap with my stick? What-ee! Oh yeah, just throwing shuriken at him. Okay. Also good. Let's try the next game. So what I do like about the, let's say handhelds, the homebrew games, the ported games, but I tried to boot up these things and I've tried it with several handhelds, but out of the box, these homebrew games are not working on the like handhelds. Just want to point out, maybe there are some people out there saying, hey, but the mine work. Okay, that's great with me. Yeah, I'm always going to get the freaking error. Okay guys, so in quick PSP action, just wanted to show you how the games are mostly running. Some of the two-dimensional game will run fine, but as you can see it runs around 90 FPS or so. In my opinion, it's not playable. I kinda run this guy. Oof. So as you can see with these stupid freaking PSP games, the system are not powerful enough for it. So, and overall, just skip it. Don't mind. If you want to play PSP games, just get yourself a PSP. Those things are freaking cheap nowadays. Or get yourself a PS Vita. Whatever, there are so many ways to play the PSP games way better than this. Oh, one of my favorite games. Twisted Metal 2. Man, I love this game. And now with all the buttons, I can finally freaking play this thing. Because with my previous handheld, I didn't own all the buttons on my handheld, so I couldn't play the freaking game. Okay, let's see how this plays. Very curious. I think I can... Can I use the gears better like this? Yeah, okay. Ah, sadly I'm missing the soundtracks. That's a little bit of a bummer, but nevertheless. Okay, where am I? Okay, here am I. Normally I need to have the shoulder buttons for the shooting part. I don't like the L1 and R1. Oh, come on, get psych! See, that has happened. They configured the buttons correctly. I need to reconfigure that bloody thing. Nevertheless, you get it, it works. Okay, so we're already in the menu itself, so I just wanted to show you this part too. So basically, what you can do now with this quick menu, that you can do in quick load, quick save, as you can see. And then we're having the option to take a screenshot, whatsoever. The things that we can do with most of the emulating stuff. Oh yeah! So when it comes to the main stuff, it runs all fine, up to CPS 3. Wow, that was really quick. Okay, let's try it again. No. What? Did he just duck? Okay, so let's see how the D-pad responds. Perfect. Oh man. Come on. Oh! More like a personal handicap. I still need to get used to the D-pad. But in general, it's just very well. It's working very well. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's try the analog stick. Still, even fun fact is that with the analog stick, it's positioned in a very strange way, but it is not bad at all. I'm going to get my ass kicked now. But this game seems to be running just fine. Ooh, frame drop. Big time. Alright, so we're having the first handheld of the year, and I can say that it surprises me big time. It looks kind of weird, and I really love to have your opinion about this. What do you think of the form factor and how it looks? But I can say that it feels like a nice quality product. It's fully made of plastic. It's not like the metal shells that I've seen before in the channel, but it is looking very nice. It plays very nice and good D-pad. The analog stick, you need to get used to it because it is in a weird position, but you don't need to cramp your hands. I do like the spaces over here so you can lay your fingers in, so it gets quite comfortable. With the LDK you always need to hold it very weird and it's always cramping up your hands. But this thing, I like it. Nice display. Software itself runs quite nice. Yeah, it's more of the same when it comes to the performance. So up to Sega Dreamcast, it will run decent enough. PSP is more like a mixed bag. So yeah, let me know in the comments what do you think of this. I want to thank you for watching. Consider subscribing, hit the bell, become one of the Wicked family, and I will see you in the next video.